Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Veach Season. We are your guest hosts, Rocky Magaña and Kramer Sansone. Brett Veach cannot be here today. He is currently in the witness protection program after last week's game. And as we know, that the witness protection program is what we call when he disappears down to Miami to clap some cheeks and to get some of them glitter titties in his face like he does in the strip club.
He's been clapping them cheeks for way too much now, I think. Rocky. It's time to come back to work.
He's drowning his sorrows like Odell Beckham Jr. style.
He's back. He's back. He's not suspended anymore.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be such an impactful player in the NFL and such an upright citizen now that he's back and no longer suspended. Like I said, we're your guest hosts, Rocky Magaña and Kramer Sansone. Before we get started, Kramer, I need you to hit me with a little bit of that of our trademark new intro music that we need to start leading off the top with. I think from now on,
yeah, we should.
It's really become our trademark sound, and really just to set the vibe for this entire evening.
This season,
breaking down everything you need to know. You know what it is.
Veach season.
Hell yeah!
So that's our intro. For those of you who haven't heard it yet, that's our new intro music. It was recorded by a 13-year-old kid with no talent. That I'm joking. It's AI. The entire thing is AI. We found the most musically talentless AI we could find, and we said, give us something that sounds like a really horrible Kid Rock knockoff.
It's pretty close.
And make Veach season sound like Veach season, and it's great. But what I want to know, actually, Kramer, before we get into that, because I got a question, because we actually have if you guys are on the live stream with us right now, we have an esteemed guest joining us today. Our buddy over from arrowheadpride.com, the one, the only, the sheriff himself, Ron, the top Kopp Jr., joining us today to talk Chiefs football. Ron, how's it going, buddy boy?
It's good. I'm learning a lot. Already. Glad. I think we know why Breece Hall wasn't traded for now. Brett Veach was a little too busy. I think you guys have gotten down to it now. No, hey, I was jamming. I don't know. I mean, I was jamming there. That AI, the beat wasn't bad. The beat wasn't bad. The lyrics are a little bit, it's like,
are terrible.
That's great. These are two guys talking friendship and football for all football. Badge season. But I want to know, is it saying that this is like the season of the badge, like women's empowerment?
Hey, they say isn't it cuddle season or whatever? Cuffing season.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
It's cuffing season. Yeah. And so, or is it almost like a Mrs. Dash, like seasoning to put on food? Like if you want something to put a little bit of zip on your dinner, just give it some badge season.
Put that shit on anything.
It goes great with poultry and seafood, and that's about it. Yeah, just get a little bit of that. What is that? Salt Bay. That little badge season on the Salt Bay.
Use a little bit more Veach seasoning, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other part of it. I think they could probably stay away from that season. They probably need to lock in and not be in cuffing season, huh?
No, they probably
not yet.
Not yet. I mean,
not yet. Not yet. That's true. That's true. Well, at some point, they should focus on that because there will be maybe nothing else to play for. So,
an early
dark
exit
off
here.
the top. Wow.
Interesting. Oh boy,
we got dark Ron in the house tonight.
Hold on. Before we go any further, welcome to the bottom of the division, boys. How's it feel?
You know what it feels like, Kramer? It feels like my goddamn childhood. That's what it feels like. It feels like every year where we had Patrick Mahomes when I was growing up.
It does. No, I grew up in the Bertie Croyle era, the Tyler Thigpen era. It was just we were always in those 17-13 battles, between third and fourth place Raiders and Chiefs. And
welcome back.
We're right back at it. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh man, even the Chargers getting blown out They're still 2 games out of us. I don't know.
Yes.
And I think
Maybe
there's
just
some
a game and a
games
half.
ahead of us. There's some. I mean, it's at this point. I mean, if the
It
Chiefs
doesn't
don't turn shit around and start playing like football
They just gotta
games actually
win.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they don't start winning some football games, then it's not going to matter. Like you play to win the game. You
Love me
know.
some
And so,
Herm.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I love me some Herm. Okay, so which Herm Edwards do you like better? Do you like? I'll give you 3 options. Do you
Okay.
like New York Jets Herm Edwards, Kansas City Chiefs Herm Edwards, or paying players to play college football Herm Edwards?
Oh man, you're forgetting or not forgetting maybe, but just leaving out the oh god, what's the play he made? It's the miracle at
the Meadowlands.
Was it the Meadowlands? Yeah, because he played for the Eagles. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah, it's a miracle at the Meadowlands.
Yes, against the Giants. Yes, yeah.
All right,
no,
so which one of those is your favorite?
That's my
Herm?
favorite Herm. Making crazy, amazing plays to win games, and probably got a coaching career out of that because he wasn't much of a coach, in terms of a record. Shout out Herm though. Shout out Herm. Again, I grew up. He was my first coach. I just missed the Dick Vermeil era. I didn't really remember Dick Vermeil that much. So shout out Herm.
He essentially took like the equivalency of like a Hawk Tua moment and turned it into a coaching career. You know what I mean? Like he had one bright shining moment where he did something great, and then he turned it into a coaching career.
I think he did great at Arizona State University. I thought it was a good time.
I mean.
Listen, the players thought it was a good time too.
Oh, damn straight they did.
He was just a few years away. A few years later, and he's fine. He's cool. He's good.
Right? Like justice for Pete Carroll and the Reggie Bush like
Ohio
USC
State
Trojans.
Too? All of them.
Man, not so much Ohio State. We're good.
Yeah, that's true. Good.
Go blue.
Kramer's the only like Michigan Wolverines fan that hates Michigan Wolverines quarterbacks.
What do you mean?
You don't like JJ McCarthy. You don't like.
I don't think he's a solid or reliable starter in the NFL. I said like I just don't like him. He's not good. He's not good in the NFL.
You said you wished personal harm on him and his personal family. Like you wouldn't blow the belt, and you literally you went full on like Adam Schefter with who was the quarterback who passed away? Who got passed away?
Oh God, Dwayne Haskins. Are you talking about?
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. Like you went like full Adam Schefter, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh boy.
I'm joking.
Oh boy.
Beach season.
Oh yeah, Veach season. All right. So Ron, as your inauguration here for this 2025 season of Veach season, we have a little thing we want to do with you today called 3 blind questions. It's exactly what it sounds like. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions and you gotta answer them truthfully. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
That is my right hand. Just I don't know.
Okay. Or you can just or if you don't want to tell us, you could just lie because we're not going to really dig into it that deeply.
Yeah.
All right. Question.
Hand on the Bible. Actually, I do have a Bible right here. Boom. Hand on the Bible.
Oh, perfect. Wow. All right. That's a good word.
Good
thing we got God in the episode. All right.
Right.
Don't want this to be a godless episode.
Yeah, he's here. He's present.
It's already the most holy episode we've had in a really long time.
Yeah, he's not necessarily happy being here, but he's here. He's not necessarily loving what he's hearing, but he's here.
You know what? I think that I beg to disagree. I think Jesus is cool.
No,
God is cool.
He needs a beach season. He needs an hour to just
if he's an omnipotent, all-knowing being understands the layers of humor and like the human interaction and of like men bonding and guys bonding and hanging out. Like he's not that cut and dry on like, oh, I don't like what I'm hearing out of these dudes who genuinely love each other and who aren't toxic and who just want everybody to have a good time and love each other and talk football.
He's impressed. I like it.
Yeah.
He's impressed.
I think he's probably stoked. I'd say he's probably stoked to be here, guys. Like, I mean, call me crazy, call me a heathen and an infidel, but I think God is stoked to be on this podcast.
Heck yeah.
Well,
love me some
welcome,
Jesus.
Welcome, JC. Good to have you. Long time listener, first time caller on the line. Anyway, 3 blind questions here on Veach season today.
Oh boy.
All right. First question, Ron, are you familiar with the Mormon tradition of soaking?
Gosh, I was really about to. I am. I know what that is. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yes, I know what that is.
Okay, so that was a prequel to the question. That wasn't the actual question.
Okay.
All right. So from a team building perspective, or like in a life perspective, are you more of a soaker or a shaker? Are you just sitting there, just like for instance, like I would say like maybe like a third string running back who doesn't do anything to help the team and then gets a Super Bowl trophy.
Like a LaShawn McCoy.
Like a LaShawn McCoy is a soaker, but like a Trey Smith is like a shaker, right? Like he's not getting
big
the glory,
shaker.
but he's going out there. He's making shit happen. He's getting you off and getting
Trey
you in
Smith
the
might
end
be
zone.
too much of a shaker. That might be a little.
Listen,
that might be a little rough.
Trey Smith will make you jizz in 10 seconds flat.
Okay.
Like he will he'll full on geyser that shit and blast your significant other out like off the bed, like leveling like a cartoon level style.
It's a good
like
shaker. It's a good friend.
Where she's just like leveling on.
That's
like
what they're for, isn't it? That's
the entire job.
I was gonna say I am that, but now I don't know if I want to be considered that. Now
I'm more curious what question number 3 is now.
Yeah. No, that was only one question, Kramer.
It's only one question.
Mistaken. You were mistaken.
Now, are
you more a soaker or a shaker?
I'll say shaker just because I am shaking it up on Chiefs Twitter. People hate being optimistic and people hate objective stats. So I'm a shaker. I'm shaking it up, I guess, in some way. That's the way I'm going to go with that. I'm shaking stuff up.
He's shaking stuff up. Okay. This next one is a little bit easier, hopefully, for you to answer than the last one.
I'll just say the reason I pause it first is my entire mother's side of my family is Mormon. So I am familiar with the Mormon religion. And then you said that part, and I was like, wait, yeah, maybe I shouldn't include them in talking about.
Oh, bro, I didn't mean to cause problems with that side of the family.
They're not watching this.
Yeah,
that's probably smart.
Listen, we talk about it all the time. Like our wives aren't watching this, our mothers aren't watching this, and praise the Lord, they're not. Like it would, like they would disown us.
But God is, but God's watching it.
Oh yeah, but he's cool with it because he's
hanging out.
Right.
He gets it.
He's the fourth mic.
All right. Yes, you're right.
Like God is cooler than our parents. Let's just be honest. Like, let's be real.
He's the ultimate. Cool
parent. It's true. Exactly. He's the ultimate cool parent.
He gives us free will.
He's a chill guy.
Yeah, we are using it. We are using and abusing our free will tonight here on Veach Season.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question numero dos. What is your personal stance on Nazis?
Not for him. Anti-Nazi.
Bad.
Smart.
You can mark me anti-Nazi. Okay,
that's good because that's our only rule on Veach Season. Our only rule on Veach Season is fuck Nazis. So that's good. I'm glad that you're anti-Nazi.
Yeah, no, that's an easy question. Anti-Nazi.
Yeah, yes. that one was easy. Okay. All right, last question. So on a couple episodes back, we were talking about how when I was younger, I had a friend of mine who was deployed to Afghanistan, and while he was in Afghanistan, he went to the market and he bought me the same scarf that the Taliban wears, and he brought it back to me as a gift. And we were saying, am I allowed to keep this because somebody who fought for our freedom brought it back to me as a gift from Afghanistan, but also is it kind of like owning a Nazi uniform kind of thing? But that's not the question. The question
walking
isn't
a fine line right here.
The question isn't whether or not I should own this scarf that I'm still trying to figure out.
That's a valid question.
Yeah, like what should I do with this scarf? My question to you is, what's the most questionable memorabilia thing that you own? How did you obtain it?
Well, does this count? I'll shout out my friend Garrett Prince. He was on the Chiefs practice squad, and he got a Super Bowl jersey. So he gave me that, but it's his number and name, and he never played. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of questionable.
That's badass, awesome. Though. That's sick.
I've been meaning to. I need to frame it and get it up. Most questionable piece of memorabilia I own. You know, I do own this this Joe Montana signed football that we got in a garage sale. Apparently, that was signed at training camp in 1993 up in good old River Falls, Wisconsin. Who knows? Who freaking knows? I think he bought it for like 99 cents. My dad did.
It's a steal.
Your dad signed that with a Sharpie.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who knows about that one? That just all of a sudden it came into our lives. Oh, garage sale, I got this.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not stealing much memorabilia. If that's what you're insinuating, you know, I'm not that you stole that. But
That's good. I'm glad.
when you say questionable, it's just I don't have much. My memorabilia is pretty straightforward. I would say, not very questionable. So
your football story reminded me of a story that I did in my early 20s. And whenever I start a story this way, you know that's going to be something questionable that I did in my early 20s. And so I have 2 little brothers who are both adopted, and one of them was in grade school at the time, and I was in my early 20s, and he was getting ready to have show and tell the next day, and he was probably in like 1st grade, right? He was really little, and he asked me to get a baseball autograph because I was going to the Royals game the night before his show and tell, so that he could like go take it into show and tell, right? And so I had a baseball in my car, obviously, because I always had a baseball and bat and stuff in my car back then, and and we came out from the game. We were getting the car, getting ready to leave, and I was with my buddy. And we were like, "Oh no, we forgot to try to get an autograph for Mickey." And this was the day, I believe, it was the day that Willie McCovey passed away. And we like took the ball and signed it Willie McCovey.
Oh no!
I told him we got Willie McCovey, who was a baseball player, to autograph the ball for him. And he took it to show and tell the next day, and told the teacher that he got an autographed Willie McCovey baseball the day before. What is the day?
Hey, that's what autograph. Probably the teacher was like, "Hey, that worth a lot of money. That's worth money. Valuable."
That's terrible, Rocky. You're an asshole.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No, when I tell you that, like,
super questionable.
You could probably find something else for show and tell.
When I tell you guys that I don't judge people now later in my life, because those who've been forgiven much is expected, kind of thing, right? Like those who've been like I got no room to judge other human beings in my life now that I have settled down into like a calm family man lifestyle. My 20s were
relatively calm. Let's put
relatively calm lifestyle. Like, listen, I was never out there hurting people per se, but I was doing a lot of shady, like somewhat questionable shady shenanigans.
Yeah, some backdoor crack deals. We know how it went over the Kansas
backdoor stuff, you know, like for instance, I went to Tunisia one time where they shot Star Wars, right? Like if you go to like in Tatooine, right in the middle of the desert, it's just out there, and the build, like, it's like episode 1, The Phantom Menace, right? There's like those domes where like Anakin, that town where he lives in, like that was a hotel that was in ruins that they just like fixed up part of it, and then they just left it. The whole thing was there, and so we went and saw it, and it's just out in the middle of the desert. You just go kick it and like crawl all over it and climb it and stuff. And so I grabbed like 6 rocks out of it and like put them in my backpack and took like an old, like, there was like
Star Wars rocks, bro.
In the ruins there was a 200-year-old tea kettle, and so I grabbed that and threw it in my backpack too.
Now you're just stealing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just totally tomb raiding the shit, like so. But like, it'd been there for a long time in the desert, and nobody was using it. So I mean,
it's like shells from a beach. I don't know.
Yeah, and so, but now that I'm an adult, and so I ended up like giving it to somebody as a gift, actually, as like a souvenir when I came back. But like now as an adult, and I think about Indiana Jones, all that I hear is like Indiana Jones being like, "It belongs in a museum." I'm like, it does. It belongs in a museum. And so, but
someone who appreciates it, I'm sure whoever has them appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't even remember which friend I gave it to.
You don't even
what's worse? You stealing,
it's probably been sold on the dark web now and passed along from hand to hand, and like,
wouldn't be shocked. It might end up on the list. Who knows? It just got released.
Who knows?
Apparently.
Right? Like, there's somebody listening to Veach season right now in Kansas City, like pouring a cup of tea, and they're like, "It's the best fucking cup of tea I've ever had in my life." And they're like drinking out of the Star Wars pot. All right. Anyway. So that's question. Was that question number? That was question number 3, right? Okay. All right. Hey, congratulations,
welcome.
Rod. You passed
you through
3 blind questions.
I think I did remember that was your. Yeah, that's. I appreciate it. I'm glad I passed.
Way to go. All right. it's time, guys, for our favorite time of the week where we read the users' comments on the episodes, and then we comment on their comments. And so,
yeah,
Kramer, do you want to start with YouTube first today?
We unfortunately didn't get anything on YouTube. We did get.
Oh, boo! Boo! Do better. We love you guys. Do better. Comment. We'll read it online. We'll do whatever you want. All right. So I'll go ahead and start off then with our Spotify comments over here. Bronx Brawler, our good friend of the show, Bronx Brawler, comment on last week's episode saying, "Ha ha ha! I'm dying over here. You assholes almost made me drive off the road with that Arms of an Angel story. Fucking half chub while seeing abused dogs in black and white. Ha ha ha." Ron is hearing that comment thinking, what the fuck did I get myself into?
I've missed a few episodes apparently.
Oh, Bronx Brawler. Yeah, buddy. Thanks for putting that into the perfect context right there. Yeah, so I guess we'll just recap real quick for Ron's sake. We talked on last week's episode about how the first time that I ever, discovered the wonders of Nirvana by
Thank the monkey
through self-pleasure. I was in my basement as a teenager, and I wasn't watching it, but it was just on the TV in the background while I was doing it for the first time. Sarah McLachlan was in town performing, and so she was on like Fox 4 News in the morning, and she was performing and singing "In the Arms of an Angel." And so as I was jerking off for the first time, "In the Arms of the Angel" was playing in the background.
Oh man!
And so now every time I hear that song,
story before the show. Oh god!
Yeah. So now every single time I see those, I hear that song. It's like takes me back to that first moment of.
That has got to be. You got to be the only one that has that reaction when you hear that song, because. Yeah, amazing.
It's like a trigger word almost. As soon as he hears it, he just goes.
It was like here. I mean, like guys, like I am fully. Right now, I am literally
nobody
as
play
Terry Cruz's
that song.
biceps right now.
Don't stand up right now, Rocky.
Yeah,
Don't.
like I couldn't if I wanted to. It would just like hit underneath the desk. You just hear like a huge.
All right. Okay.
All right. Anyway, next comment, Brian, which Brian's a good buddy of the show as well. Brian says MVP baseball. Gotta love Keegan Patterson.
Yes,
MVP baseball. We're talking about our favorite baseball games on NES. Ron, what was your favorite baseball game on video, or just in general? What was your game?
Because MVP baseball was goated 2005. I want to say on game. I had it on GameCube for whatever reason.
Yes, same.
Yeah, heck yeah. No, that was the go. I was front runner with the Red Sox for sure. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, just back-to-back jacks every time through the lineup. I mean, yeah, that was me for sure with the Sox. They had Kurt Schilling, David Wells, just freaking throwing it on the mound. Oh yeah,
I'm not sure about the Keegan Thompson name. It might just be
honestly.
John Dowd was Barry Bonds.
Yes,
and he's playing. Yeah, I
honestly didn't know that while I was playing. I learned that on Twitter more recently. I didn't ever realize I guess Barry Bonds. I never really noticed him in that game.
Love that game.
No, the Royals were absolutely awful in that game.
Sick uniforms.
I played all the time.
I love the black and the black and blue. I love it. Two-tone.
They gotta bring that back in some fashion. I know it's
back when they had the sleeveless ones, right? It was like the sleeveless with the t-shirt.
They made the black ones look good. I mean, the sleeveless is a little tough, but they had the sleeve black ones that I thought looked good.
Oh yeah, those are cool. The
Carlos Beltran era.
Yeah, back in the day, like was the Diamondbacks and the Rockies had sleeveless ones also. The Marlins, like there was like a time where like it was like Astros, Diamondbacks, Marlins, Rockies, Royals all had like a sleeveless jersey. Weird. That was so weird. Yeah.
No, yeah. Like, I grew up. My baseball team had the vest and like a shirt under it for whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know why that was ever a fashion in baseball.
Guys, like I'm old school baseball. Like I want stirrups. God damn it! I want to wear stirrups and high socks. Like
I hate playing baseball with stirrups on. It was literally the most uncomfortable thing in the world, and especially if like your pants weren't like long enough, you had to keep pulling your pants down a little bit because you don't want your knees to show. Plus, also sliding stirrups
looks so cool.
It hurts so bad.
Bro, I was always
stirrups. No,
you always had to roll up the sleeves, go high socks with a stripe. If that's like a fake stirrup or whatever, the stirrup look with the long sock. That was me all day.
Yeah, no, I was stirrups through and through. But then also, I grew up in the age of like Nomar Garcia Parra, so I had on like 16 armbands. Like,
And you're
going,
also
like,
trying to act like him,
all
so
the
you're
way
just
up and
doing
down.
this the entire
every time. Every between each pitch, I touch myself like this, like adjust everything. Glasses up, down, tip tap, tip tap. Yeah, like I had OCD out there at the fucking plate. Yeah, so those are the good old days, though. Old Nomar goes. Do you know why his name is Nomar?
No, don't know
Because his
why.
dad's name is Roman, and it's Roman backwards.
No, it's not. It's Ramon. Is his name Ramon?
I guess maybe.
Ramon.
Ramon.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Ramon. I guess, but like, yeah,
Still.
Like.
Should I name my son? Should I name my future son Nor?
Yeah, Nor or remark.
Remark. That would be,
it's an actual legit word. Remark. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Remark.
Rocky, you're kind of. I don't know.
Ecor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already had 2 boys, and then I'm clipped, so there's no more babies coming out of Rocky, and neither one of them were named Ecor. So I guess
and I'm glad they're not. Honestly, that's
you kind of dropped the ball there on that one, boys. I'm sorry. All right, next comment comes from our boy Stan Brandon, former contributor over at Arrowhead Pride.
Oh, Stan.
Love you, Stan. Love you, buddy. Miss you, buddy. Says 5 stars. The podcast to listen to for Chiefs content. If you never want to think about saving the world, soaking, shaking, spark balls, and Sarah McLachlan in the same way again.
Hell yeah!
Stan.
You really left an impression last episode.
It's a good episode.
That's probably like 4 episodes combined there. Like we've been on a heater, bro, over here on Veach season recently.
Ever since we've been dabbling in AI, things have been working.
Yeah, and like honestly, ever since AP fired us, like,
True.
and we were like, and we entered into the Badlands of just like doing our own thing. It was like, oh well, we don't really have any rules anymore, so we're just gonna fucking just see. Like our whole goal is to see like what will it take to actually get fired from Foolish Club Media and
push Serta to the limit.
Yeah, like what is the limit? Where
I still don't think he's listened to a single episode, if I'm being honest. But you know
that's
what?
The other thing is
that's what I love about it.
Doesn't listen to the podcast, then you can just say whatever the fuck you want and just get away with it on a week-to-week basis.
I'm getting a text message right now. Oh, it's Brett Veach.
Brett, you need to get on your goddamn podcast.
Exactly.
Like literally, we are running the ship into the iceberg, backing it up, running it into the iceberg again, just repeatedly over and over and over again, seeing how fast we can sink this shit. But Stan, so with a name like Stan Brandon, having 2 first names for your name, but I gotta say, like, probably my favorite Stan for sure. Like he's better than the Eminem Stan for sure. Like fuck that guy.
Yes.
He put his wife in the trunk of a car. That fucking asshole.
American Dad Stan, like he's a good character for sure. So that's tough competition.
But he's kind of a bitch.
But yeah, no, he is.
Compared to our Stan, yeah, there's no
Stan, for sure. It's tough competition, but
our Stan is like Charlie Sheen on steroids in Major League. That kind of thing. Like
that's badass actually.
I
think our Stan's better than Stan Lee, 1,000%.
Yeah.
All right. What does Stan Lee ever give the world?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, Stan Musial, has he ever even hit a home run? I mean, come on.
Nah, better. Our Stan's better than Stan Musial.
Unfortunately, our Stan's better than Stan Musial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get his name out.
He's the real Stan the Man. There's no.
He is. You're right.
This is
he is the real Stan the Man. Drop Chalk just jumped into the comments here asking if Serta even knows that we have the YouTube login. No, he does not, because actually it's the same login that we had when we were at AP, and then it just got transferred over and it was saved in my passwords in my Google. So I don't think he actually even knows that we have a podcast, to be honest. Like this shit just gets uploaded on a weekly basis.
Sounds about right.
So shout out at Drop Chalk. Thanks for hitting us up, bro. All right, and then we also have one more comment on the week from our resident poet laureate.
Oh boy,
Mr. Larry Quinn left us a review finally over on Apple Podcasts, and it's a 5-star review. Thank you, Larry. We love you, Larry.
Shout out, Larry.
Also, Larry. Thoughts and prayers, Larry. We're with you, buddy. Can't wait till you are able to get back in the game and get us some more poetry coming our way to read live on the air, because we love you, we respect you, and your art is the soul of this program.
We love you, Larry.
All right. Larry says, Veach season is the best part of Foolish Club Media. Rocky and Kramer are Brett Veach's personal appointed guest hosts and provide us listeners key insights into the inner working of Kansas City's front office. Vag season. One of us, Larry. You are one of us. You get us. You see us. We see you. I tell you what, like we might fine. Travis Kelce and Pat McAfee and every other, and Ron Kopp and every other bigwig asshole in sports media, and Pete Sweeney.
Go on, Pete. He's the real bigwig. Come on,
have these bigwig listenerships. But listen, we got a goddamn devoted fan base. We're building a fucking cult here, people, and I love it. We're just a bunch of dudes hanging out, being bros, and that's how it should be.
Damn straight.
Brody Croyle, broing out like Brody Croyle. All right, that's our comments for the week. Before we get into actually talking some Chiefs football, 30 minutes into the program, about par for the course. Krame, I got to know what's hot with Krame Dog. Yeah, I was wondering.
No, it's burning, and I had to, succumb to the burn, as I should say. I don't know where I'm going with this. When is I had to put up the Christmas tree this a couple days ago. I don't know when it is the earliest maybe I've ever put a Christmas tree up in November. Heck, we usually do it after Thanksgiving.
Are you a real treer or a fake treer?
I'm a fake tree. I went to this is even better. Went to Home Depot and then got me a tree, which was like a $50 tree, 6.5 feet tall. It was perfect. Best part about it is the cats have yet to destroy this tree. We've gotten tree after tree after tree, year after year after year. The most annoying thing is I don't know what I'm more irritated about putting the tree up or the fact that my license plate got stolen that night. I don't know if there's any two things connected. If there's the license plate with the tree with the license plate. I'm trying to connect the dots here. All I know is I had a terrible Monday going to DMV, get that thing replaced. But no, what's the earliest that you guys put a tree up?
I have takes on this.
Go for it.
Hit us, baby. That's what we're here
my
for.
Wife, she would, and I hope she hears me. She would decorate Christmas the day after Halloween if she could. But there's a man in this house, and that man says that we have to respect Thanksgiving. And so I will put up that Christmas tree up Friday morning. Fine. Friday morning, I will get that Christmas tree up for you. Not an hour sooner than midnight on Black Friday. Thanksgiving deserves this love. Get your Thanksgiving decorations up. Why don't people have Thanksgiving decorations? Get your cornucopias out. I mean, come on. Or just drawings of cornucopias and gourds and all these random pumpkin-like things that are only for Thanksgiving. And anyway, shout out Thanksgiving. Greatest holiday, better than Christmas.
Love Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
I love Thanksgiving. Love Thanksgiving. Love Halloween. Love Christmas. I love holidays. Holidays are fucking awesome.
Like the family, of course.
Most holidays. Fuck Columbus Day, but most holidays are awesome.
Hey, easy. That's my kind of people.
And so, that drop talk in the comments says hand turkeys.
It's Italian. I'm Italian. That's it.
Hand turkeys.
Gobble gobble.
No. But my wife does like a layered approach. So she'll put out Thanksgiving and Halloween decorations together in the house, like fall and Halloween. And then after Halloween, she pulls away the Halloween decorations and puts out Christmas decorations with the Thanksgiving decorations. And then after Thanksgiving, pulls away the Thanksgiving decorations and it's just Christmas decorations. So it's like one day it's like Halloween. The next day you wake up, you're like, oh shit, like there's just completely different decorations in our entire house, and it's just all been layered throughout it's like a change. It's like when the leaves change colors. Like you don't always notice that it's happening until you look around one day.
That's how your wife is with decorations.
That's how my wife is decorations. She's like fucking like New England leaves, like New England in the fall, like watching the leaves change colors. And so,
but
Kramer, were you asking what the latest is?
Yeah, like when's the earliest? When's the latest?
Because
I feel like I hit the earliest to a T. Like I think this is the earliest I've ever actually put a tree up this early. Then of course I decided to do the hours on Saturday, and of course my mom wants me to do hers on Monday.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Like everybody apparently is in the spirit right now, even before Thanksgiving. Like let's get to Thursday. Let's get Turkey Day, please.
It's gotten that way, man. I'm telling you, it's capitalism. It's commercialism. Christmas is ruining Thanksgiving. Everyone wants their gifts. Sorry, I just went old man mode for a second.
It's all about Amazon trying to get that early Black Friday money.
Right. No, but seriously though, like you get deals like Like, what happened to Black Friday? Just wait for Black Friday. Like, what happened? Well, we get deals.
What happened to
in
just
October now?
Enjoying Thanksgiving and like we turned we just totally took a holiday that's supposed to be about like appreciating everything we're blessed with and everything that we have, and we're like, yeah, but I can't wait to go fucking punch somebody in the face to get $100 flat screen TV.
No, but
that's more shit that I don't need.
It's the perfect setup. If you do Thanksgiving, it's kind of a all week thing, right? Wednesday, Thursday, maybe you're with family, but then that Friday, after you were thankful all week, you lose it and go mad and be selfish and beat someone up at Walmart over something you really want for no reason. Like it's a perfect setup, and we've ruined
Walmart
it.
or Black Friday is like
Black Friday
Twisted.
was
it's like if the game Twisted Metal was real life. Like that's wait,
it's not. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Unfortunately,
my wife's watching that show.
Shout out Twisted Metal, the video game back in the day. That was
Smoke Joe is
goated.
They made it a show. Did you all see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see they made it a show. I haven't watched it yet.
My wife's been watching it. It's all right.
Yeah, pro wrestler's the main character or the main guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Smoke Joe.
That's awesome.
Smiley or whatever. I'm not watching it as much.
So the latest that I ever put it up like this. So we used to be a real tree household up until like the last 2 years.
Oh, I don't know how you could do that. Don't know how.
Growing up, we were always a real tree household.
Dedication, commitment.
But because we're a real tree household, like we always did, we did all of our other decorations, and then the tree went up 2 weeks before Christmas, and so every year, 2 weeks before Christmas,
that's not enough time.
You go get the tree, you put it up. Yeah, but it's a real tree, like that shit's gonna die.
Sure, you're right.
And so 2 weeks before Christmas is when we'd always go get the real tree. All the other decorations would be up, and now that we have a fake tree, it's going to be somewhere between now and day after Thanksgiving. We're going to put it up whenever my wife decides.
Oh, and I hate undoing all of the strands of levels and sections of the Christmas tree. Man, but of course that's my job. I have to do it every single year.
Fluffing it out.
Yep, I'm the fluffer. I'm that guy here.
Oh yeah,
gotta listen.
We're all fluffers. We're all fluffers for our wife at Christmas time.
Yes.
We'll do. We'll
do not. Yeah, she does not trust me to place the ornaments correctly and
Oh, I don't want to do that. That's I don't want to break anything. So that's on her.
Good call.
Oh, okay. That's what's hot with Krame Dog. Okay, so now getting into the real deal, Holyfield, why we're here today with our good friend, Mr. Ron Kopp Jr. Let's talk some Chiefs football. Ron, Chiefs played the Buffalo Bills a couple weeks ago, kind of laid an egg a little bit, decided that they didn't want to throw anything short to moderate over the middle, just kind of wanted to stretch the field repeatedly. And then they come out this last week, try to stretch the field early in the game, and they kind of go away from that 100% and then decided go 2025 Chiefs and try to dink and dunk their way up and down the field. Sans running the ball, though, like no running game whatsoever. You've watched the tape. Like for the listeners out there, like what the hell is going on with this offense right now?
That is a good question because, like, as soon as you want to blame one part of it, like there's another play where it's like, well, yeah, I mean that's bad too, and then there's another play where it's like, yeah, that guy messed up. Like it's just here, there, and everywhere. Like it really is. Like this team was 2 plays away, and I think it's fair to put it this way: this team is 2 plays away from having 10 more points if Mahomes just hits Xavier Worthy on the second play of the game, which he talked about post game that he safety. You know, there's alert in the play. It's a main play to Kelsey, right? And if you watch the replay, and I've tweeted it out, you know, Kelsey is breaking wide open across the field for like a 20-30 yard gain probably. But the safety is not respecting Xavier Worthy at all. And so he kind of comes down on it. And so it's wide. Like it's exactly what you want. Like the last few years, what we've been saying is like, when the shots are there, you got to take them. Like that's the shot. He took it and it was 10 yards over Xavier Worthy's head. And, you know, there's an argument to be made that it's just that connection where maybe Xavier's route direction was just a little different from what Mahomes, you know, anticipated. But in my opinion, it was more Mahomes. And he even admitted that, I would say. And so there's one play. And then the second play is his interception. That was just completely baffling and dumb. He rolls out. It's 3rd and long in the red zone, right? Like 3rd and long in the red zone. It's like 99% of the time you're going to just have to settle for a field goal. Like that's just how it is. Like there's not enough space behind you, like as a defense where you have to care. Like it's so hard to get that first down in that situation, in my opinion, especially if the play breaks down. And then he tries that tight window throw to Elijah Mitchell. And he says after the game, oh, I needed to just put it a little higher. If you lofted any higher, if you lofted as high as you needed to get it over that guy, it would have got picked by the other guy, or it would have just been out of bounds. Like there was no play there to be made. It was a bad decision. Him getting aggressive when he didn't need to. So boom, right there, that's 10 points off the board. And so that's where it's like, oh, if they had 29 points in this game, they win it. And it's like, oh, so like, what are we even talking about? Sometimes, it's the quarterback needing to execute a lot of the times. There's also a situation, 4 minutes left in the game. They get the ball. They're tied at 19. He says after the game, yeah, I probably should have hung in there. Hollywood was coming open. Watch the replay. Hollywood's breaking wide open, and he would have been by about midfield when we're tied late in the game. Like, that's such a drive starter. That, like, is all you really almost need in that situation is just one play to hit like that. And he throws it to Kelsey underneath, who's, tightly covered by the strong safety, from the jump. And it's just like, I want to be frustrated by so many parts of this offense, but it does feel, and Buffalo is kind of like this too, as I think back to it, where it just feels like Pat just needs to execute in a few more spots and we're fine. And so that's where it's just frustrating. But then you can bring into the fact that why are we calling 6 pass plays on the last 2 drives of 2 3 and outs? There's no runs in either of those calls. I will say the first of those 2 drives, Noah Gray false started right off the bat, so we're 1st and 15. That's great. I'm rambling a little bit, but all I would say, I guess, to close it on my ramble is just that there's so many little things that are just like a tick off, and it's just added up to all these 1-score losses, and all of a sudden we're 5-5 and fighting for a chance in the playoffs. And it doesn't really feel like much has changed, like in terms of like how they're executing, or I should say how they're calling plays, how they're attacking. It feels like very similar to the times that they are winning the games all the time too. And it's just a few plays are off here and there, and all of a sudden we're 5 losses deep. So it's frustrating, I guess, is the main way to put it.
This feels like the worst loss in the Patrick Mahomes era the Chiefs ever had. Like, that's just how it is. Like, this is a game they should have won. Yeah. Everybody's lacking discipline. You can even go all the way up to Pat himself. Like, he needs to play better. They all need to play better. And it's just, you can't let a team that's like 2 guys, 2 big key factors on defense, they still able to get the job done. Patrick Surtain Jr. was not there. Neither was Alex Singleton. So and
that's a big loss.
Yeah, those are 2 huge losses. And they still couldn't get the job done. Why do we see a lot of Elijah Mitchell? Like, I was actually shocked. Like, hey, boy's active. Let's see what he can do. Nothing.
That was interesting. I highlighted that in the snap count analysis for the site, that Kareem Hunt took 100% of the snaps that were run plays in this game. There was not a single other opportunity for anyone else to run the ball. They didn't run the ball very much, right? I think that's been a common theme that we can also dive into. But they did run the ball effectively when they did, and it was only with Kareem. What did Elijah Mitchell do well in San Francisco? That I remembered, it was explosive runs. Am I recalling that incorrectly? I mean, I've heard some people call him like a pass down back or like kind of like a receiving back. I don't remember it like that. I remember him being like their true running back. They handed it off to him and he would get explosive runs for them every once in a while. Obviously in that Niner system, it's way different than what we run here. But like, why aren't they giving him any opportunity? Like, they didn't let him play in Buffalo when you are facing one of the worst, the softest run defenses in the NFL. I mean, every week you see them get gashed by everyone else.
Sean Tucker, out of
Sean
all people.
Tucker, 44, number 4, a player wearing number 44.
It's not Mike Alstott.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, shout out Sean Tucker though. Shout out Sean Tucker, Syracuse legend. No, it's just it's wild to me that you signed him over guys like Rico Dowdle, who was an amazing this year for the Panthers. Javonte Williams, who's a starter for the Dallas and has looked pretty effective, and J.K. Dobbins. Now, you can make the argument like those players have to make that commitment to you too, blah, blah, blah. I know Jared makes the point that like what running back wants to come play here. Great point. Jared Sapp, I should say, shout out Truman Chief. But I will say it just does feel like just try it. Like just give Elijah Mitchell a chance to give you an explosive run every once in a while. And that could make a huge difference. Just getting one 20-yard, 30-yard run every once in a while. Like we never get them. Never.
Well, also we had one of the deepest running back drafts in recent memory last year, and we didn't take a shot until the 7th round. There's not a single running back in the NFL right now that's doing great as a rookie that the Chiefs did not have a shot at. Now, obviously, we had to take Josh Simmons in the 1st round, yada, yada, yada. But, like,
not only did they wait until the 7th round and take Brashard Smith, they took Brashard Smith, who is not a running back. Like they are not using him as a running back. They're using him as this hybrid player, which like is cool if you have another running back. Like think about the future. He's the only running back on the roster next year. Are we considering him like a running back on the team next year? Like I'm not. Like he doesn't feel like they're even trying to make him an actual running back. Like he's like, and maybe they will, but like I don't. That's the whole point though. Is like even your only investment in the position, you don't play in free agency investment. You don't play, and their draft investment isn't even an actual running back. It's just mad.
No,
man.
He's like Malachi Corley 2.0. Like let's be honest, and it's like in Malachi Corley hasn't panned out either. Like he's like
yeah, and like Malachi Corley, like maybe he looks a little better if he's here. He was wherever he was. But Brashard Smith probably had nobody wherever he plays right now. Like we have to use him. We're trying to like find a way to use him because he's the only one with juice on our backfield, man. It's
going back to the running game really quick because I do want to hit on this because after the game, Andy said, "Well, I am calling running plays, but they're just getting switched to passing plays." No, Andy, you're calling RPOs, which are run pass options. Those aren't running plays. Those are running plays or passing plays. When we talk about running the football, we talk about getting under center, smacking them in the mouth, running duo, whatever you want to running zone, whatever you want to run, but like running an actual running play, like this run pass option from shotgun. And then he basically throws Pat under the bus saying, well, Pat's checking out the passes every single time. He's not running the ball. Well, of course he is. He's your quarterback. Of course he's checking out he's going to want to choose to throw the ball. Like you
That's
are
how
the
you
coach.
coached him.
Yeah, you are the coach. Tell him to run the damn football.
Right, but they have coached him to, like, if you're going to run this RPO system, like, yeah, he's the greatest quarterback, or what, like, he is going to want to throw the ball as much as possible. And that's the thing, like, they're efficient on those plays. So it's not necessarily like, like they're bad on the RPO plays. They're actually very efficient. But what I would say is I totally agree with you because there's such a difference in mentality when you're calling an RPO versus when you're calling a straight run play. Even if it's the same run action, the O-lineman cannot fire off on an RPO. They just can't. Like they're not. You're never going to get a run more than 6-7 yards because they can't get to the second level necessarily. Like they have to just block and kind of like mirror the linebackers instead of actually getting to the second level, getting Kingsley to the second level. Like why aren't we doing that? Like that what he is probably good at, I would tell you, is in space blocking dudes. Like we just don't we don't do the screen game enough really. I don't know. Yeah, I would totally agree with you on that. I don't know. It's maddening. It is.
Well, and then also, I don't know if you saw it, but Mitch Schwartz sent out a tweet on the first RPO of the game on the pass that was actually an 11-yard gain to Rashee Rice, right? It's RPO. They pull it back, hits Rice on that quick little beater, and he goes for 11 yards, gets the first down. And he points out on that play that it was a good play and good yardage gain. You think it's an amazing play, but literally all 5 of your linemen win on their blocks, and it's a huge open hole for Kareem Hunt on the right side. And if you're starting your offense off, like he argues, like having a big run is better than a big pass because it sets the tempo and it sets the tone. But then also on that play, you also see, even though it's a completion, like the beauty of an RPO is you go start to hand the ball off to the running back, and then you say, okay, are the linebackers playing the run or the pass? Whichever they're not doing, that's what I'm going to do. If they play the run, I'm going to throw it. If they play the pass, I'm going to run it, right? Like that's the idea. They play the pass every single time against the Chiefs. No linebacker in the NFL, when we run an RPO, thinks they're going to run the ball. Right. They still play the pass. So then why are you running an RPO? You're just running it for the sake of running it because everybody knows it's a passing play and they're playing it like it's a passing play.
Well, and I think you could even further extend that and say, like on that play, you can see what exactly you're talking about. The Broncos linebackers are bailing from the snap. They're not respecting the run action at all. But what you could also say too is like with the way the Chiefs are building their running back room, like the linebackers can respect the pass and then defend the run effectively because there's no explosion. They're not going to they can beat Kareem to the spot. They can beat Pacheco. Pacheco has speed in open field, but in these zone runs, like he's so ratchety, like, moving and cutting back, like he isn't an explosive runner on those kind of plays. He's not. And that's where it can, be where the coaches are deploying these guys. But I think that's a great point. And where I would say, yes, like even with the RPOs, I think Mitch pointed out on Twitter, like even if you count the pass plays as run calls, it was still completely imbalanced in a game that was tight the whole way. You had Kareem Hunt running over them. Broncos are playing light defense against you. Man, yeah, no, the people that complain about Andy not running the ball are looking very smart, I think, because it's like.
But this isn't new.
Right, exactly. But I think people have always said, like, oh, you have Patrick Mahomes, like, blah, 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 blah. Well, when he's not playing like this, or when he is missing plays, whatever, or not, like, he clearly wasn't playing well the last 2 weeks, maybe, I would say. Use your run game more. Like, make that conscious decision to say, okay, we need to rely on our run game. Even if we do have Patrick Mahomes, like I think before it's like, yeah, if he's playing, I think if he, like we've talked about it, if he makes some of these plays I've talked about, we're all saying, hey, they handled Denver. Pat made the plays. The offense looked good because they did have 2 drives in the second half that were scored a touchdown and got it to that point. Like, so it's just, I mean, those 2 last drives were terrible. It's been situational football. I guess that maybe to answer your question overall, they're just so much worse in situational football. Third down, red zone, just late game, late half. They're so much worse this year for whatever reason. Maybe it's literally just like they're not executing the same plays they were last year. To me, it's a lot of different things, but they are way worse in all of those make or break football games, right? Third down, fourth down. They're good at fourth down, but you shouldn't be in fourth down too much. You
shouldn't be in fourth down too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, and I think that like our buddy Truman Chief Jared Sapp also put on Twitter that, which pretty smart. I thought he basically said like the more times that a seasoned defensive coordinator sees Andy, the better he does against him. Mm-hmm. And it feels like to some extent Andy is failing to evolve and keep up with the league in his play calling and what he wants to do on the offensive side of the ball a little bit, or Matt Nagy is, or whoever you want to blame for the stagnant offense at this point. And at this point, to borrow like an analogy from baseball, it almost feels like the Chiefs are like a pitcher and that's going through the lineup for the 3rd time, and all these hitters have seen him a couple times already, and they know what's coming, and they're ready to tee off and take him yard. Yeah. And they got to find that. They got to find that
good analogy.
They got to find that extra pitch, that extra changeup or cutter or whatever it's going to take that they haven't shown the first 2 times through the lineup, to switch it up to get through that 3rd time through the lineup. And it doesn't seem like Andy has that extra go-to pitch that he can come up with right now, and especially when things aren't working.
No, that's totally fair. No, I think that's a really good analogy because to me, like I think there's been a few people talking about the identity of the team. I think it's a really good point to make. Like, what is this team's identity? Like, what do they lean on? What is this team really? To me, they just they run their stuff and don't necessarily adjust to what the other team does. And like at some point, like this is football. It's all a chess match. Like you saw the Bills game. That's exactly what happened. The Chiefs basically ran like the scouting report, like what highest tendency play I'm going to run on this. Like it was to the T scouting report. Like if you're a Bills defender, like what I need to expect on this play. Like they're just like feeding into any team, like you just said, that has played them multiple times. That's why the Bills own us in the regular season. Cause for whatever reason, the playoffs, the offense finally decides to get a little more creative, and overcome that. But man, in the regular season, for whatever reason, there's just nothing besides we're going to run our stuff, what we want to run. We don't care how you match it. We don't care how your person, we don't care how your coverage is adjusting to it. We're just going to run it, and Pat's going to make the play. That's like because the thing with that is like the offense is kind of malleable to that extent where like you can run any play, and based on what the defense is doing, like the play adjusts, and like that's kind of the whole point of it, which I get, but it's clearly not working against these seasoned veteran defense. And we have Lou Anarumo coming up this week.
Yeah, and if the play adjusts, you adjust to the play adjust. Like if they adjust to the adjustment, do you adjust again? And it's like we hear so much about like Andy Reid's stack of play cards that he has, right? This huge playbook and all this stuff like that. But are they all the same concepts, right? Like what's the variety of concepts and of ideas here? And so like is it really that hard to game plan against at this point?
That's where I feel like it is. play calling. And so that's where I don't know who's, rhythmically play calling. I think maybe I don't know how it works exactly. I think I used to have a better understanding for it, but maybe they divvy it up based on situations. Maybe it's kind of like, hey, in this situation, like I might ask whoever, because they split up like who does the red zone offense, who does, short yardage, blah, 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 between the coaches and coordinators, all that. But I would just say that whoever is kind of usually rhythmically calling the plays, I think that's where the trouble is a little bit. I don't think there's a lot of rhythm or like rhyme or reason to like the play. I mean, 2nd and 10 on the last drive of the game, they run a 13 personnel. Rashee Rice is in the backfield. Kareem Hunt's out wide, 3 tight ends. And they like run like this concept where all 3 tight ends are basically in the middle of the field, very close together, and there's no spacing, and Mahomes can't find it. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is that play call in that situation?
And then he tries to throw like a diving back shoulder pass to Brashard Smith because he's got
right.
nowhere else to go. Yeah.
Well, and in that situation, it's a rookie running back being trusted to like.
Yeah.
That play was Brashard Smith just running too far upfield. The defense was running that zone. They needed to. It was running zone. He needed to settle. He shouldn't have kept running upfield. That's why you saw Mahomes hesitate. It's stuff like that. It's just little stuff.
Yeah. Well, then also like at that point too, like just, I don't know if you get 2 yards, just tuck it and run at that point, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like get to 1,000 yards.
Like do something, And so, all right. Well, before we switch over to we're gonna do special teams next, then we'll hit up defense before we get out of here. But before we move over there, any other takes on the offense that you want to get off your chest, Ron?
Well, no, I mean, I would say that I'm glad we touched on the RPO thing because I think you've seen Andy Reid in the past like adjust his offense to become more like, okay, we're actually going to run the ball, like not RPO. Like we've seen that at times, especially down the stretch of the season. So I do think there's hope for that, and I hope that does happen because you have the offensive line to do it. You have Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, even Jawan Taylor is better if you're just asking him to down block or base block, right? Like,
well, he had a bad game.
Ooh. Yes, he did.
And welcome back, Jawan Taylor.
He gets away with he's a savvy dude, man. He hasn't gotten away with the offsides thing as much, but he got away with a lot of holding on Sunday. Even if he got called.
Yeah.
He's literally one of those guys that just like knows, like he's a savvy veteran, but he has to cheat to hang in the NFL.
Right.
And
no, that's his skill is being a savvy, which is like, you're supposed to do that when you're like 36 and have lost all like you're not supposed to do that when you're in the prime of your career.
Just to stay in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously. That's yeah.
It's rough.
No, that's all I got.
Drop Shock has an assessment.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what Rocky talks about.
100%. They are every single time.
And why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like again, and that's what I talked about too, is just like they can lean pass and still defend the run effectively with how explosive our running backs are.
All right. So we know that Andy's going to run Andy's system. There is no change. And like Andy's not going to be one of these guys that changes his system to necessarily to fit his personnel. Like he's just going to be like, okay, I'm going to run my offense. Do the Chiefs have the personnel to run the offense that Andy wants to run?
Guys,
he needs speed, and we have speed. So
what have we been talking about for the last year and a half, almost 2 years of the Chiefs? They have Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy. I cannot wait till all 3 of them are fully healthy and ready on the field. What has that kind of like? What's the product of that? Is it 2-2? Are they 2-2 with everybody on the field?
The question is, Kramer, is Xavier Worthy fully healthy?
Well, no.
Is Xavier Worthy fully healthy?
Yeah, 2-2.
So they're 2-2 with those 3 guys on the field. Health is a big concern, but I mean, he pops up every once in a while with his ankle. That started, what was that, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago?
I don't think his shoulder's healed, to be honest.
If you're not, I mean, you're going to play hurt no matter what when it comes to football. Get yourself back in there. That sucks to say, but I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money just to go out there and play a game. But where's this offense that we're clamoring for? It's just not there. And I'm getting tired of all the false hopes that, namesake's going to bring me here. What we saw over last year, how we were kept on winning those one-score games. Yeah, no, that's all in the past. This is the new Chiefs. Welcome. Now adapt from this loss and go on to the next one. Learn from this mistake. Because you know what? The Colts are going to be coming into town relatively soon, and they're going to attack, as they should. And say the Chiefs do lose, that's another game they need to get back. And if you look at the schedule, there are only 2 games that look like they are chalks for wins as the Titans and Raiders. You still got to win 5 more games. Wake up, offense! Wake up! Wake up.
No, I think to the point like they got everybody. That's the kind of almost the most maddening part is when they started 0-2. I was like, all right, we just need Rice back. We just need Xavier to get healthy. Yeah, no, and Andy wants speed, and he has speed. I will say, maybe Rashee Rice is proving to be more Deebo Samuel than actual wide receiver 1. I think Debo's a great player, right? Debo's an awesome player, but no one thinks of him as a true wide receiver. And Rashee Rice is kind of proving that right now. Like he had 2 opportunities on Sunday to make some big catches. I think one of them didn't really matter. I think they scored on that drive anyway, but the one before the half, just make the dang catch, man. Just catch the ball.
Went through both your hands.
Right. And no, and you could say it's just how they use him. They're not giving him necessarily wide receiver 1 routes, which I would probably say is true. But at the same time, like he needs to prove himself as a more complete receiver because he is looked at as this team's wide receiver 1, and really he's kind of just a gadget guy a lot of the time. And gadget can mean more than just the swing screens. It can mean a quick pass over the middle that like Kelsey sets up and is very easy to make and is not like it's or when he's set up in man coverage against a linebacker. Like, yeah, any receiver is going to create separation and make a big play on that. Like he gets set up well a lot, and he needs to make more plays. Rashee does, because Xavier, I'd love to say he needs to make more plays, but shoot, he should have had a 70-yard touchdown on Sunday. I don't know. He does. He doesn't get. I don't know. It just feels like they should. He doesn't get thrown to as like a true receiver that much. Like, and I feel like he does win as a true receiver. Xavier Worthy does, not Rice. Xavier Worthy. I think they should give him more opportunities to be a real receiver.
When I think the issue with Rice, if you look back at his numbers throughout his career, he's always been awesome against zone because you hit him quick and then he runs after the catch. But his numbers have always been really bad against man. And I think DCs are wise to that now. And they're like, we're just going to man him up because he can't get separation.
Well, hey, and that shout out Nate Christensen. He wrote about it for the site. How we weren't beating man coverage, and I think to Kramer's point, like with all these guys, that was the whole point. Is like, try to man us up, like see what happens. Well, we're seeing what happens, and Mahomes is either just not trusting some of these throws, or he's missing them, or they're not creating separation. Which again, I think Xavier Worthy, for as much credit I'm trying to give him, it does feel like maybe he doesn't create as much separation as you'd like for someone his speed. But again, that's where it doesn't feel like we also see him a lot on those situations where he's running a true route. So it's the offense a little bit where they don't really run traditional receiver stuff a lot of the time.
And to bring up salt in an old wound, going back to last year's Super Bowl, it was kind of the same thing. Like there was like the receivers just were not getting separation and getting open for Mahomes. And so this lack of separation against man coverage is something that's been an issue for a while for this team.
Right. And it's just like they've kind of drafted Xavier Worthy to beat that. Rashee Rice was not necessarily drafted for that, but you would just hope if you're going to be this talented of a player that you can eventually, be able to beat man coverage too. Against corners, not linebackers, because again, he does get those. I don't know how the Chiefs' offense just sets him up well a lot of the time. Shout out Andy Reid for that. But yes, no, I think overall, that's where it's a little question or a little just puzzling. Where it's hard to make an excuse for anything, but the coaching and the quarterback need to be better. I think it just comes down to that.
Jeez. All right. Well, that's the offense, guys. So before we switch over to the defense, we don't have to have takes on this one, but I just want to give you guys a moment to vent about special teams because,
dude, what's up with Dave?
To me, I feel like that's like the most embarrassing part about this entire team is that throughout. I mean, this is a multi-season thing now, but this season's explicitly, honest to God, it seems like Dave Toub wouldn't still have a job on any other team, but he's Andy's buddy. And they don't want to, and he's also the assistant head coach. And so they're like, well, we can't just get rid of him. And now we're just stuck with a bad special teams unit.
He's on par with how Tom McMahon was running the Las Vegas Raiders special teams unit in Las Vegas. Like it's not good right now. First off,
terrible.
I'm getting tired of seeing Nico catch a pass inside the 10. Well, not a pass, the punt inside the 10-yard. Let it bounce. You have a better chance of that thing going into the end zone. What, like, can we go back to basics, please?
Every Chiefs punt returner has had that issue.
It's like just let it drop. You are inside the
Dave
10
tells
yard
them
line.
to return it. He tells them to return it.
And it's like,
I don't
why?
get it. And all the mistakes that Butker has had, like I get it. It's PATs here and there. Every once in a while, it's a field goal. The block field goal, absolutely. I mean, it sucks for Harrison, but you got to get the guys that are snapping the ball off to help protect. Like you got to make sure that no one gets to that line. It just everything's lackadaisical. Heck, even all the holding penalties too.
Oh my
God.
God.
Everything is adding up. It's not good right now.
Jack Cochran's holding penalties on coverage this year. It's like, what are you like? He's had it's like 6 of them so far.
Well, him and Joshua Williams, which they finally benched Joshua Williams this last week, brought Christian Fulton up. You thought Noel Williams would play more. That's a whole nother story for the defense.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to talk about that.
But they take Josh Williams off the field, who, to me, I know Jack Cochran, I didn't even realize he was the real special teams demon. Joshua Williams is to me, where it seems like every time there's a kick return or something, he's always getting flagged for it. To have 2 of those guys is ridiculous. To have 2 guys that recurringly are special team penalties guys is ridiculous. But they finally get him off the field, and it seemed like it was the worst it's ever been. So it's definitely not a one player or that player thing. It's a unit thing. Clearly, it's just clear. I don't know. I mean, even Butker now, like, is Harrison Butker performing well enough to, be just like, all right, he's our kicker next year? Like,
no, get somebody off the bit. Nevis is back on a practice squad. Come claim him.
Yes, thicker kicker. I love it. Yeah, no, it's just I think there should be some real organizational change if this thing doesn't miraculously turn around like it has before, I guess. But not, I don't know. This year does feel a little different, and the special teams does feel as negatively impactful as it. Like with this new kickoff rule, like we should feel the positive impact of special teams, and we just don't. Like we never do, around here. Like the punts are like the only thing that are ever like kind of positive, because you can't really. It's hard to get a penalty on a punt. You're chasing. You're not blocking. And Matt Arise has actually been pretty good. It seems.
Matt Arise has been pretty good. Yeah, but like it's like stupid stuff too, though. Like.
Oh,
like,
my God, so
like Harrison Butker kicking the ball out of bounds on a kickoff, or why is he kicking it short every single time? Like, and it's like if you're having this many problems on kick coverage, then just boot it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and it doesn't change. No, yeah, because we're midway through the season. Like we've seen all this stuff all year, especially on the road. It feels like Harrison Butker is much better. That's such a weird thing to analyze as a kicker being. Especially on kickoffs, like literally I'm talking about kickoffs. It feels like on the road is when we get these weird ass Butker games, and so
don't need to carry 2 kickers, one be their away kicker, one be the home kicker. That's like, I mean,
need the sticker kicker.
Well.
He can kick. He has so much. He can kick through the cold weather somewhere else.
Nevis can boot it 80 yards.
Did you guys? Is it Oklahoma's kicker? That dude is a stud.
Oh, I haven't seen that, honestly.
I think he's only either a sophomore or a junior, but that dude, I think he's made something like he set the school record for most consecutive field goals made. But he is like the chillest dude out there on the face of the planet, just like the coolest operator you've ever seen.
Is it Tate?
You look at him,
Sandell?
Yeah, Tate. Yeah, old Tate.
That's a
Tate
name.
Yeah, that guy. And like he looks like dude looks like he grew up in like Baser Linwood, like trailer parks. Yeah, with a trash dash. But I tell you what, you watch that young man kick a football and you're like, God damn, I want him to be my place.
He's 21 of 22 right now in field goals and 20 of 28 extra points. Longest of 55.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I think special teams is definitely something to call out. It's not like and it's like, when's the last time our special teams was positively impactful? Like McCole Hardman gave us some juicy returns, but like he is a really good returner. I mean, he had a good return for Buffalo this week. I mean, it's
he also fumbled.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. Yeah, I really wish I would have like cost Buffalo somehow. It would have been hilarious. But no,
they're not going to use Tyquan Thornton in the offense. Then why not put him at kick returner?
Well, and you've seen a little bit more of that. But yeah, to Kramer's point, like Nico Remigio, not only with the punt thing, but like, yes, he can. I trust him when he has the ball in his hands. It's not going to fumble. Like I trust it. But like that dude does not have any sort of explosion. Like, how are we ever supposed to get a significant punt return? And he has had them. So like it's me maybe
it's
what have you done for me lately?
But I miss Montrell Washington.
Well, like, listen, with Nico, like, the
man,
whole
that's
thing
funny.
is that he's not going to fumble like Sky Moore, and I think they're like, hey, he's going to
Right.
catch the ball,
Right.
he's going to go forward, and we're just
See
going
Sky
to
Moore though?
Yeah, I got to
Yeah,
the
I
one.
know. Don't
Oh
even
man,
get
I really was
started.
hoping he
I was
finished
hoping
that
for it too.
him.
Talk
Oh.
about Sky Moore, and now that he's like a reliable kick returner all of a sudden. But I mean, but I think that they're just like, we just trust him not to put the ball on the ground, and
Right.
we have Patrick Mahomes. So if we start at the 25 or 30 every time, we're good with that.
But then it's like, if you're gonna make him return, like Kramer is kind of, where it's like, it does feel like he is constantly returning and being kind of aggressive with it. It's really like someone with a little more juice back there. That's all.
Oh, undoubtedly, indubitably, my friends.
Nico.
All right.
Shout out Nico.
Oh
He had
my
that big.
God.
Was it the Buffalo game? He had that big part last year in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so,
I love you, Nico. Nico, listen. One of the only Filipino American players on the Chiefs team. I lived in the Philippines for 3 years.
I didn't realize he was.
Listen, love Nico Remigio. Love my Filipino brethren. But we do need a little bit more explosion in the kick return game. All right, let's chat some defense, boys. Where do you want to start at? You want to start with Christian Fulton in the secondary? You want to start with the pass rush?
I think I know the answer how to fix this Chiefs defense. So you start Christian Fulton every single week on wide receiver 2s from here on out, and hopefully not get beat like he did against Troy Franklin. Like, that was bad. Like, what is he like? What? That's the first we see of him in regular season, and he's getting burnt. Like,
after a rookie impressing all first part of the season.
Yeah.
Like Noel Williams, that Buffalo game, like that should have.
Where was Noel?
That should have been like the turning point of like, okay, we found maybe a little bit of a guy. Like, let's make sure we're playing him. And then all of a sudden it's, we don't need him. We need Christian Fulton back in the mix.
Well, and then Chris Roland Wallace sent over Jaden Hicks. Like, what's going on there with no Jaden Hicks?
Right. I highlighted that for the snap count as well, where like I didn't even really notice that but the last 2 games, Jaden Hicks is not even on the field for the defense for the most part. Completely was dropped off from previously. They're trying to find something that's working in the defensive backfield outside of their main guys. It just doesn't feel like they're pressing the right buttons. Like, I would absolutely have Noel Williams playing over Christian Fulton, and I absolutely would have Jaden Hicks, have a role over Christian Roland Wallace. Like, I'm sorry, it seems like Christian Wallace is playing well, so I don't want to necessarily bug on him. Like,
right,
he seems to be around the ball, and he's not the one getting burnt for the most part. But Jaden Hicks, like, you can see he's just this bigger player, and he does have range to me. Like, maybe it's just a mental thing right now where he was one of the youngest players in last year's draft and is just maybe not coming along as much as Spags would like him to. That safety position is very important for Spags. So, and maybe Christian Roland Wallace is more so. So that one is more just, I can't really, but yeah, to Kramer's point, man, where the heck is Noel Williams? He was balling out first part of the season.
What was the snap count at? Because it couldn't have been much.
It was like nothing, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he played at all on defense.
That's insane.
I think it was insanity. Like from primarily special teams. Yeah, no, Christian Fulton came in and took all of his snaps and did that with them.
Did Noel Williams miss like a team meeting or something like Keon Coleman did? And I
highly doubt that.
Like, is that what happened? Like, something
I highly doubt that. I think everything's buttoned up when it comes to meetings and stuff in KC, but man, that would be
well, fellas.
This isn't the first time he was benched for a game, was he? Like there had to been one other
he's
time.
Been up and down. Yeah, Jacksonville. And imagine that we
2 losses
give up
right
all
there.
Those points to Trevor Lawrence in the gang. You got Charmari Connor playing in the slot that game.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the other games I feel like he didn't.
I think we've seen enough to where Noel Williams is the answer for that slot corner receiver, or to guard the receiver right there in the slot corner. So it's like I don't know what else we need to do here. Like, stop playing the guys and you keep losing. I know, I get it. Noel Williams is playing a lot in that Buffalo game, but actually decently well in the Buffalo game. It wasn't like it was his fault.
You know what the answer is? The reason why he had to start Christian Fulton is because Christian Fulton's better at rushing the quarterback.
Well, I thought you were going to go this direction. That's what I want to bring up. We talk about special teams. Is there any chance Uncle Dave's like, hey, I need Jaden Hicks and Noel Williams to be, primary special teams guys. So, like he's the assistant coach. Like that stuff does where it's like, hey, if they're close, Christian Roland Wallace and Jaden Hicks are close on defense. Well, Dave Tobe needs him to be a really key special teams guy. So, and Jaden Hicks maybe isn't or is performing on special teams. So now Christian, and vice versa, where Christian Fulton's not going to play special teams. And so now Noah Williams is the best. Like that stuff could be happening, and that would really drive me up a wall.
Don't piss me off with Dave Tobe anymore. That I'm already pissed off at Dave Tobe. God damn it, Ron. If that's the case, if Noah Williams isn't starting because Dave Tobe wants him on special teams, I am buying a Spirit Airlines plane ticket, flying from Tampa, Florida, taking a 3-hour layover in Chicago, a 5-hour layover in Minnesota, and then landing in MCI eventually 26 hours later and driving to Arrowhead to give Dave Tobe a piece of my mind.
Is that how Spirit Airlines works?
Yeah, you can't go through Chicago only. You got to go to Minnesota too.
Damn, you can go through two connecting.
You gotta go to Los Angeles
just to yell at Uncle Dave.
Yeah, to Maine.
Hey, you wanted a $20 plane ticket. You have to go to different spots, I guess.
Yeah, it's $20 plane ticket, but $150 for a carry-on, something like that.
Yeah, they got to make their money somehow.
Peanuts.
No, that's a very hypothetical thing. So it's just he does have a lot of pull in the roster, and I don't know. So anyway, we're past special teams. We're past special teams. The defense has played well enough. It's hard to really blame anything with the defense. The offense keeps putting them in late game situations to fail. The offense could be keeping them out of those situations by just doing what they need to do. Mm-hmm. And then the defense could, like the Jacksonville game is the same thing. I mean, Chris Jones gets, ridiculed for that play, but he didn't even need to be in that situation. If the offense doesn't throw a red zone pick six instead of scoring a touchdown and giving them that cushion, it's kind of the same thing in this game where the Chiefs offense had the chance to keep the defense out of that
game
situation.
On the line, 3rd and 6, and you got Nick Bolton on Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, right.
Like that can't happen.
That's bad.
Right, and that is bad on its own. But can 32 for once just please act like you have any sort of anticipation for what's about to happen. He looks so surprised that pass is going to Sutton out of the slot. Where else would the ball go on a 3rd and whatever it was? You said 6. No, but I agree with you. That play itself is just an absolutely.
Or but again, the first drive of the game, Pat Bryant, George Karlaftis on Pat Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay, that was crazy.
Oh man, getting the sack first play of the game and not being able to take advantage of that was pretty annoying. Could have been a quick little 3 and out. Jamari Connor getting that sack. And of course, George Karlaftis in the coverage. Yeah, no, the defense, it seems like situationally, the same thing I've talked about with the offense. It seems like they are not as good in situational football this year either. Last year, it was 3rd down. Give me Spags all day. I don't care who we're playing. They're I'm with it. Give me a 3rd down defensive play call by Spags. Not this year. No.
Because it seems obviously because of the Chiefs' lack of pass rush and ability to win in the trenches, and with Chris Jones taking a step back because he's getting older. Great that we're going to pay him $44 million next year. But it's guaranteed. But
a lot of money. It's a lot of dough.
But we have an out after next year, so that's good. We only have to pay him 1 year.
How many sacks? How many sacks for that 34? Or whatever.
$44 million.
44. Yeah. So excuse me. How many sacks?
5.
We finally got another one this week. So
yeah, but because the Chiefs can't win with 4 guys on the line of scrimmage, he has to blitz.
But it seems like for that money right there.
It seems like those blitzes are getting picked up this year too. The blitzes aren't getting home like they did in years past. Is the league just wise to it at this point?
Well, hey, this is where maybe we got to give a little more credit to a guy that I gave a lot of crap to in Justin Reed, the veteran safety that is no longer with the team. He was the mastermind behind a lot of those Spagnuolo play calls that were a little funky, where maybe he's the blitzer, maybe he's showing blitz and then dropping out, picking up somebody. He did do a lot of that, and maybe they just don't have that safety this year. They feel can really shake it up and confuse a quarterback, where maybe he's playing up on the line and then all of a sudden he's bailing out into Tampa 2, middle of the field. I don't think we're seeing that as much this year. He did that with Tyron, obviously, and Tyron was the GOAT with that kind of stuff. And so we don't have, Trent McDuffie is that guy, but they need him to be the primary cover guy, right? That's where it's kind of
Brian Cook isn't doing that. Let's be honest.
Well, and exactly. B Cook there's times where I'm okay, B Cook. And then there's times I'm oh yeah, it's regular safety. Safeties are going to make tackles. So sometimes it's oh yeah, that safety just made a good play. Well, yeah, because he's the player that's there to make the play. Yeah, you really want your safeties to like jump routes and like anticipate stuff. Like Jay Reed would do that. And so you got to give him credit where I was really saying, all right, Justin or Jaden Hicks season, Justin Reed, I'm good with him leaving. There's an argument to be made that, he would have made a difference if they would have found a way to bring him back on like a 1-year deal or something, which I don't think that would have been the case, obviously. I think I don't remember what he signed for, honestly, off the top of my head with New Orleans, but I think it was a decent, significant, they weren't going to sign that.
They weren't going to pay what New Orleans was going to pay. New Orleans pays all the Chiefs free agent defensive players to go play. And then they cut them. Then they cut them, and then they go to Miami or something like that, and then
Florida somewhere.
Florida somewhere.
Colin Saunders. Bring Bink home didn't work. Oh.
Yeah.
And that was just like we need defensive line depth, do we not? Like I feel like everyone could agree with that. So I don't know why that was anyone ever. I mean, it was just about getting a guy that was familiar with the system.
Jerry Tillery is the ultimate soaker. He is not a shaker. He is a soaker through and through. He is a big old fat soaker, just right in the middle, just laying there, just letting everybody else do the work around him.
Yeah. No, you're right. Jerry Tillery is probably like the one player that is like I keep forgetting he's on the team. Like, Jerry Tillery. Like he's non-impactful. It's unbelievable.
And then like it seemed like the longer the season goes on, the less impactful Ashton Gelati is as well.
I know. He really impressed me at the start of the season. I think I agree with that.
And so part of that is like is the way to fix this defense that we just need to draft 5 pass rushers next year and just learn to get after the quarterback.
I hate to say it. I think the philosophy needs to change a little bit. I mean, when are you ever going to get true impactful dynamic pass rushers if we're going to always fit them into Spags' 4-3 defensive end mold? I would say no. So that's where, like, I'm not saying like he needs to go necessarily, but he needs to just be able to change his philosophy a little bit. We need to be able to play true dynamic edge rushers, play more odd fronts where, the guy is more of a drop back in coverage or rush the passer guy, like not George Karlaftis. Like you do that plenty, Spags. So why not get a guy that could maybe actually play in space? Because he's like an outside linebacker type.
It seems like he's trying to like recatch lightning in a bottle with like Michael Strahan and Osi Umenyiora, and he like will not move off of that idea of what he once had, and he just wants that no matter what.
I mean, we still have Omenihu around. Like, what has he done?
Yeah, Mike Dana on a multi-year
good
deal.
point.
Right, Mike Dana. Like and the funny thing about Dana and Karlaftis getting signed long term is they aren't necessarily the traditional like long 4-3 DNs. They just play the system so well, and they're like, all right, we need to have these guys that play the system. Like Mike Dana is like, what has he done impactfully this year? Like he had that interception. Like that was not like his doing, against Washington. I think it was. Off
of Debo's face.
Right. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, I was trying to think exactly what happened there. I don't want to like harp on Spags too much because it does feel like if the offense played well enough, it does feel like he is so unpredictable at times that like just him being unpredictable is good enough a lot of the times. But then you saw Chris Jones's comment, right? On the I don't know if he was specifically talking about the 3rd and 15 like everyone said he was, but even then he talked about a 3rd down where it felt like the Denver Broncos knew what was coming defensively. And again, I tweeted it, but like the whole point of Spags is unpredictability. So that is where if we're not getting unpredictability from him anymore, that's a little tough. I don't know what else to say about that.
Well, and that's the same thing with the offense, right? Like it just seems like the operation in Kansas City right now has gotten kind of stagnant. Like it's kind of old hat at this point, and the league is kind of wise to it, and things need to evolve. You need to find and to your point, like you're not going to get Myles Garrett if you're picking at the back of the draft every single year. You're not going to get your like TJ Watts or whatever you want to get, and you can get a Nick Benito, a guy who's undersized and a different type of pass rusher.
Yeah, jungle cat.
Wasn't even on their draft board.
He was off their draft board 100%.
Right.
He was.
And it's just like, oh man, that guy is literally a defensive player of the year candidate. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
And so it's like you have to be willing to change how you're going to approach the game in order to sustain the level of success you want to be able to have in a league that is designed to limit you and to bring you back down to earth.
And last thing I'll put on it is just that Joe Cullen, it did feel like at times his impact, you did see maybe some like, we would mix up the fronts. Like that's where you see Leo Chenal like playing up as like a true edge rusher or defensive tackle at times. Like that's Joe Cullen's influence, I believe. It just doesn't feel like this year we're getting that much of it. Like I swear in years past, we have seen more like mixed up fronts where it's kind of like, ooh, like what are they doing? I don't know. But Joe Cullen definitely has that mindset that you're talking about of kind of the new age defensive front. And so if Spags were to, not be the defensive coordinator in the future, Joe Cullen's a decent candidate to think about. I
wouldn't hate him or Dave Merritt.
Yes. Right. Both of them for sure.
And then, listen, I'm a firm believer the Chiefs got to move on from Matt Nagy at OC. Like there has to be somebody in the operation that's not a yes man to Andy on the offense.
Bring back Brian Daboll. I'm joking.
No.
Or honestly Kafka.
Like honestly, bring back Kafka. I wouldn't mind. Like yeah, if they don't.
Also if they don't hire him.
Yeah, if they don't hire him and the new head coach doesn't retain him as OC, or he doesn't want to be the OC, like that would be
like the best solution that's realistic, because this is where it's starting to feel like Bill Belichick a little bit, where like Andy is not going to go outside of his coaching circle. He's not going to hire guys that he doesn't know. Like we saw, that's what happened in New England too. And so we're kind of seeing that with Andy Reid. And so you kind of just hope that the guys he does hire that he knows are, maybe a little more innovative than. I think Nagy is just too much of like a Andy's child, student, pet, or teacher's pet kind of thing. Like I think 100%. Kafka, he's been gone long enough, and him and Dable probably cooked up some stuff. Like I would be confident that he could come in and bring something different.
And to your point with like the whole like tree thing, like when you've been in the league as long as Andy has, and you've had your like at some point, all the fruit on your tree starts to get really old because you're so old, and there's no young hot like new ideas. It's
nothing blossoming.
Nothing's blossoming. It's all just ideas that are 15 years old and failed somewhere else and then are coming back home to you. And it's like, I hear that you don't want to hire anybody outside of your coaching tree, but like, bro, like honest to God, like I think I said this in our chat over at Arrowhead Pride today, like Brian, like Brian McClendon, I think his name is, whoever the wide receiver coach is over at Tampa, like I would like, if you're going to go with like a young, hot, like guy, or like a young guy who like outside the box thinking guy, like this dude, like the wide receivers in Tampa always win. They always win. They're amazing. They're amazing. And then before he was at Tampa last year and this year, he was the passing game coordinator and the wide receiver coach for Georgia University for Georgia with Kirby Smart. So like the dude's got the pedigree. And I mean, obviously I would interview him, that kind of thing. But like, I mean, like something like that, right? Like we just got to like
you freshen it up.
You got to find that voice that's different than what Andy is saying in order to like, it's a whole steel sharpens steel like analogy, right? Like if you're like if you don't have some sort of friction, it's just going to become old hat. It's going to become the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It would be nice for Andy Reid to treat the offense like he treats the defense. Like Spagnuolo is the head coach of the defense. Like Andy doesn't, and we've kind of talked about maybe some of the reasons why that's can be flawed, maybe, and where Andy could step in and maybe change some things. Because I believe Andy, I believe Andy is an innovative guy. Like I think the stuff that's not innovating is because of the other guys, in my opinion. Like I think he just trusts, and he's too loyal, and he trusts his guys too much. Like I do think Nagy is probably the kind of the play calling, like mainly play caller. And so that's where when I talked about the rhythm thing, I think he, maybe another play caller is going to have better rhythm with some of Andy's philosophies, Andy's plays. At the same time, like Mike McDaniel, if he got fired or something, like if they were to do something like that, where like give somebody, like let them be the CEO of the offense. Andy, he doesn't want to be in personnel anymore. So like that would really make him just kind of like the what do you call it? The game manager, head coach, or just kind of like the non-coordinator coach. But that's fine. Like
that's his job. That's right. His job.
Like so many head coaches are not the coordinators. Like I think Andy and Andy's not, like, that's where I say, like, I do think the offensive coordinator needs to deserves blame. But yeah, it's just hard to see that happening. Like I agree with you. Like a young hotshot would be nice, but it's hard to see Andy actually doing that. I think we're just gonna if there is change, it's someone else that's been in the tree.
Mike McDaniel would be awesome. I'd love Mike McDaniel.
I know, right? How cool would that be?
He'd look good in silver and black.
Hey, that would be cool. Hey, is Pete Carroll gonna last? Is this happen? Is this gonna continue on?
I believe so. I believe so.
What about Chip Kelly? Chip Kelly's making $6 million a year.
Get that mother out. I can't stand Chip. Chip Kelly's literally the worst offensive coordinator in the NFL. I don't.
$6 million.
Ryan Day fluffed him up to be very nice over from the Ohio State, them winning the damn national title, which is disgusting to say the least. But no, Chip Kelly's. I'm over. You guys do not want Chip Kelly whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
In your building, doing anything, getting the regimen of the blender shaker
like,
bottles.
haven't we been through this? Like,
remember all those damn horror stories the Eagles players had?
Right.
Like, yeah, I wanted. He put me on an eating schedule. Like, what the hell? Like, what? Like no, I can't stand Chip Kelly.
Also, that's the pot called the kettle black fat ass. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude is Humpty Dumpty.
Just be thankful you have Matt Nagy right now.
Oh my God.
No, and that's where it's. I honestly cannot believe he got back in the NFL.
Same.
That is wild. I kind of forgot he was a Raiders OC for a second. That's crazy.
I wish I could forget.
All right, so that was what happened last week. Before we get over to the Colts and make our picks really quick for the week and briefly preview that, we got to do our raw dogs of the week real quick, Kramer.
It's the raw dog of the week. The raw dog of the week. You might want to wear protection, 'cause we're giving in tough. How do I follow?
You're gonna hate my raw dog.
I'm gonna hate yours.
Yeah, you're gonna hate mine.
All right, go first.
All right, it's not a Chiefs player because it can't be. Will Lutz. Will Lutz is the rawest dog of the week. He had 16 total points. 16 total. How many points did the Chiefs have? 19. He was only 3 off. You know what? He probably
can't choose a Broncos player for raw dog.
There are no raw dogs on the Chiefs this week, so I have to go with the guy who kicked the game.
Yes, there are. There is one raw dog on the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, for your sake,
his name is Tyquan Thornton.
I didn't see a single raw dog on the Chiefs this past week.
Tyquan Thornton is your raw dog. He made an amazing catch and he hustled back on an interception.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He is the raw dog every single time he's on the field. He's actually our first 2-time raw dog winner of the year so far. This is his second raw dog of the week award. Nice. And last time it was because of hustle also. So Tyquan Thornton is my raw dog of the week, the real raw dog. I'm not tweeting out fucking Will Lutz.
You have to.
Fuck that.
You have to.
I'll die before I tweet out a Bronco as a. I'm not going to put his name.
It's not like I said Bo Nix who dropped the ball,
voted on at the end of the year for the raw dog of the week. What, you want to go to Denver and then personally deliver the raw dog of the week award or the year award to fucking Will Lutz in Denver?
I'll do it if he ends up being it. I'll do it. I will do it. I will take a road trip to Denver to personally hand deliver it to him. I'll get a credential and everything.
Christ. Like,
I will do it.
Is this a voted on thing? Because there's no way he's going to win.
At the end of the year, it's voted on. Yeah.
Somehow,
you're gonna lose your your Hall of Fame vote, dude. That's just like you just like tried to vote Bob Hamlin into the Hall of Fame.
You can't tell me that Will Lutz didn't have one of the most rawest dogs of the week, though.
Yeah, so then fine, go over to what's Mile High Report or whatever their equivalent of Veach season is, which they don't have one. Pussies.
True.
And
Elway season
and let them come over here and do a raw.
Their face.
Yeah, do their like raw IPA of the week or whatever kind of stupid shit they do over there in the mountains.
No, it's the Equate. They're the Equate version, so the Walmart family.
Yeah, the Equate version. Yeah, the Equate dog of the week.
Great value.
The save always dog of the week.
The save always.
Jesus.
Taekwon deserves it. Taekwon deserves it. Because Mahomes recovers that. Like, how close was that to being Mahomes recovering that, and then all of a sudden
he did have the smartness to try to bat the ball back towards the field of play because it was going out.
Yeah.
No, it was so tight on the sideline. It was.
Yeah, I know.
It was a little further into the field, like it would have worked.
He just would have been holding the ball on the right hand side instead of the left hand side. It would have. Been good.
That would have been hilarious.
That's actually not a bad raw dog there, Rocky. Not a bad.
Thank you.
I mean, I honestly thought you were going to say Josh Simmons. I mean, coming back in, and honestly, I think he played really well. And that's really sad.
What is Josh Simmons your raw dog of the week, Ron?
I will go ahead and say that because he was coming back in first game off the bench in a month, and he has to play Nick Bonito in the Broncos rush. And I mean, honestly, that's the sad part about that game is like the offensive line was playing really well, like protecting really well. Mahomes had pockets.
Except for Mike Caliendo when he had to come.
Yeah, Caliendo definitely had some weak spots. But no, shout out Josh Simmons, man. It is amazing. You kind of talked about earlier how you don't get these trench players later in the draft. Like, I'm glad Brett Veach, took the risk on this guy that he, slipping because he is a stud, man. Absolute stud.
100%. 100%. He is definitely the left tackle of the future that we've been pining for. Okay. Chiefs Colts. Am I wrong in thinking that the Colts are basically the Detroit Lions with a slightly less good quarterback? Like they're a team that needs to run the ball to set up the pass. And if you can stop the run, then you pretty much can stop their offense. And that's exactly what Pittsburgh did. Yeah.
No, I think they're very similar teams. Offensively, I would say. But yeah, no, I think it's you've seen the recipe very clear for how to play the Colts, how to beat the Colts. Man, even that game in Berlin against Atlanta. I mean, oh my God, Jonathan Taylor, such a great game and pulls it out for him. But like Daniel Jones was trying to lose that game for him. I mean, he made a few clutch plays. He has the blood on his mouth, so all of a sudden the takeaway is that he was clutch and was a raw dog maybe. But man, Daniel Jones, get him spooked or pressured at all, or in those third and long situations, we'll be fine. Like it's especially outdoors. I bet on the Steelers that 1 week when the Colts went to Pittsburgh. Like, I'm gonna bet on these guys that don't like Jared Goff and who we're talking about here. I'm gonna bet on them in the outdoors, away from a dome. Like I just am. Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, like.
Yeah, they play exceptionally poor when they're on grass, and it shows in numbers as well.
So that's how I agree with you that the Lions and Colts are similar offensively, and the Colts just don't have the difference makers receiver that the Lions do. Like the Lions can spread you out and really, just really have that speed that really spreads you out, I guess, for lack of a better term. And the Colts necessarily like they can spread you out, but like, are you scared of any of the receivers or any of their?
Hey, they should have been showing out though.
I know they've been balling out. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's hard to, but it's like when you do look at the individual talent, it's like there's no reason the Chiefs shouldn't go in and like Spag should be aggressive in this game. Like
you would hope he'd be aggressive.
I mean, especially because they moved on from AD Mitchell, right? They traded him.
Yeah.
So they have like a bunch of possession receivers.
Alec Pierce, Josh Downs,
Pittman,
Tyler Warren. The Tyler Warren's a stud. Like he's one of the better tight ends. He's gonna eat.
Yeah, he will. He will.
Yeah, if Nick Bolton's gonna be guarding him, oh boy, it's gonna be a long day. Hopefully it's Leo. Leo should be able to contain him. He contained Mark Andrews.
Yeah, no, I think that like it's kind of weird how like people say like the way to attack the Chiefs defense is to like get them in their base defense and then attack. Like I want Leo Chenal on the field, and like in theory, Drew Tranquil should be good enough in coverage, and that's a whole other story. He has not been very good this year, Drew Tranquil. But like it is funny, yeah. It's like we have 3 good linebackers in theory. Like I would say we'd want them on the field, and so it is odd that tight ends continually give us so much trouble. When like honestly, yeah, I'd rather have our 3 linebackers on the field sometimes than a lot of our DBs. Sometimes
100%, but I also don't trust our linebackers in coverage.
And that's like it used to just feel like Bolton was like the only one, but now Drew Tranquil is just as bad.
Yeah, he's just as bad.
Just as bad. They're both.
And you
So
like
unaware.
you like
It's
Leo,
so
you like Leo
weird.
Chenal when he's going north to south, and so I mean,
right. No,
so
that's good.
all right. Well, this has been an amazing episode, Ron. Thanks for being on the show, dude.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
We love you for being on here.
That's been fun, fellas. No, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, welcome back
Tell
to
us-
Veach season.
welcome
Door's
back to
always open
Beach
for you.
season. Door is always open.
Nice.
But this is your chance to pimp whatever you want to pimp, bro. So what do you want to talk about?
Shoot, man, just follow me on the artist formerly known as Twitter. I'm constantly tweeting. I'm not going to call it the other name. It's just so stupid.
At Ron on Chiefs.
Yes, at Ron on Chiefs. Yes, I did switch up the handle. Need a little name. So Twitter and arrowheadpride.com. You know where to find me.
Yeah,
My boss.
He's our new boss over there,
Yeah.
everybody. He's
Just because I edit articles does not make me a boss. I
He's
promise.
the new John Dixon, since John Dixon is the new Pete Sweeney.
Yes, sir. A little
Yep.
shift in the
So,
lineup.
little shift in the lineup. Congratulations.
I
on
just
a
say thank
well-deserved
you for
promotion.
keeping me around. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for fixing my articles and keeping
Y'all
me
think I'm
around.
making any sort of decisions? Literally like the pear on John's shoulder right now, just listening to. Yeah, no, it's fun though. AP, let's keep it going. Keep the team rolling.
Keep going. AP going for life, bro. All right, Veach season, Arrowhead Pride. Hey, thanks for rocking with us today, guys. We love you. Hit us up, leave us comments on all platforms because we'll read them on the air. We love
No matter
you guys.
what it
Be
is.
nice to each other, no matter what it is. As long as you're not a Nazi, we'll read whatever you have to say. That's the only rule. And we love you guys. Be good to each other, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to them again before Thanksgiving, right? Like, yeah. Hey, we'll have one more episode. Yeah, before Thanksgiving. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.